Now, let's try to take a look at this equation over here. And what this equation is basically talking about, we have to prove this equation over here. This, I will write short form, is called the right-hand side. This equation and this equation, the left-hand side, alright, they are actually the same, okay? When we are substituting these two values in. So how do we prove that? Alright, so to prove this, we have to substitute a value and the answer when we work out, alright, this expression over here should be the same as this one, okay? Now this is going to be a very long equation, so I would strongly suggest when you are doing this in your homework or in exam, please make sure you are substituting the correct values, and also please make sure you are writing the correct expression as well. Okay, now let's start. Now I have 5a squared over here. So I have, give me a minute. I have 5a squared. My a is -2. So I will put a bracket over there. -2, and there's a square. Minus, I will just follow 9. And I have a bracket. b minus a. So which means that's going to be -1 minus bracket -2. Oh, excuse me. So b, that's going to be my -1. So I'm going to put a bracket again. Minus a. So my a is going to be -2. So I'm going to put a bracket and put a -2 over there. Alright. And then I'll close my bracket up. Okay? Plus, so that's going to be adding 2 over b squared. So that's going to be 2 over, b to the power of 5. So b is -1 and to the power of 5. Okay? Plus 7 ab. So that's going to be bracket -2, bracket -1. Okay? So I'm done with my right-hand side equation. Now again, before we proceed to calculate this, my strong recommendation is to make sure you have copied down the expression correctly and you have substituted correctly first. Okay? Because if you did not substitute correctly or write the correct the expression correctly, when you calculate, you're gonna have trouble, finding your careless mistake. So let's just double check very quickly. Alright. Alright, I believe everything looks good. Now, if you take a look at this, this expression over here, okay? This might look messy for some of you, and some of you might look like, hey, how should I start this, right? Now, I have a plan for you. I have a way for you over here. So what I will do is, I will solve this thing part by part, which means I will solve this part by part like this, okay? So which means I'm going to put a blue bracket here. I'm going to solve this part by part. 9b minus a is going to be until here. I'm going to solve this part by itself. And I'm going to solve this as well. Alright, now why am I doing this? So by doing this, it helps my eyes to see this properly and tell me what do I need to do. Alright, so okay, so let's start. Now again, follow BODMAS rule. So over here, I should power first. So -2 squared, that should give me 4, right? 5 times 4, that should give me 20. So that's 20 over here. Minus, I will follow back, minus. So what do I have here? So since I have a bracket that's inside, I have to solve the brackets one first. So I have a negative here. I have a negative here. that should give me a positive, right? So negative 1 plus 2, that will give me 1. 1 times 9, that will give me 9, all right? So what I will have 9 here for this whole thing. Plus, so let me change the red color. Plus 2 over negative 1 power of 5. Now again, we already established an understanding here. Negative number, we raise it to an odd number, will always give you negative answer. So since we are talking about negative 1, so it's going to be 2 divided by negative 1 again, which is going to give me negative 2. Alright, which is going to give me negative 2. Alright, we are done with this. Plus this one, okay? Now again, bracket basically just means multiplication. So all you need to do is to multiply accordingly only. Alright, 7 multiplied by negative 2, you will get negative 14. Negative 14 multiplied by negative 1, you will get positive 14. So that's going to be plus 14. Alright, so after that, we can quickly take your calculator and work out this. So that's going to be 20 minus 9. Plus minus become minus, always remember that. Plus and minus become minus, okay? So 20 minus 9 minus 2 plus 14. That will give me 23. Oops, sorry. Okay, 23, okay? So to show that this is correct, when you are substituting these values inside here, you should get 23 as well. Okay? Let's try that. So this is for the right hand side equation. Now for my left hand side. Okay? So again, we are going to substitute everything carefully. So I have negative 5. And A, that's my negative 2, over B, which is my negative 1 over here. Alright, that's my first term. Minus 6A cubed. So I have my 6. And A's, that's going to be my negative 2. And I raise it to 3. Minus, okay, AB power of 4. So I have negative 2 multiply with negative 1, and I raise it to the power of 4. Okay? Okay, what else? What else do I have? Plus 9 over b squared minus a cubed. So b squared, that's negative 1 square. So let's write back our negative 1 square minus a cubed. Alright, a, that's going to be my negative 2 to the power of 3. Okay, now let's draw this longer. And let's put this in the middle so it looks much more neat. Alright, and we are done. Now again, before we proceed with calculation, just make sure that everything you substitute correctly. Make sure all the numbers you have input it in your expression and whatnot. All right, let's just quickly double check this. Okay, everything looks good to me. Now then again, we will do something like this because this might look messy for some of you all. So in fact, what I will do is I will solve all these things part by part. All right, I will solve all these things part by part like this. So what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to put a new bracket over here. I'm going to solve all these parts by parts. So this is easier for my eyes to see. Okay. Alright, so let's get started. Let's see what's going on here. So I will solve the fraction here. I have the numerator, negative 5 times negative 2, that will give me 10. 10 divided by negative 1, so that will give me negative 10, right? Minus, let me change this to red color. And negative 10 minus. So based on this board mass, I have to cube it first. Alright. Negative 2 power of 3, again a negative number, you raise it to an odd number, it's going to be a negative. So in this case, It's going to be negative 8. Negative 8 times 6 will give me negative 48. All right, minus. Okay, so what do I get here? So let me solve inside first. Negative 2 times negative 1, that's going to give me 2. 2, raise it to the power of 4, that will give you 60. All right, that will give you 60. Okay, and finally here, all right, and finally here, what do I have? Plus 9, that's 9. Okay, so what do I have at the bottom over here? Negative 1 square, I will have 1 over here, minus, okay, negative 2 power of 3, that's gonna give me negative 8, right? Negative 1 minus negative 8, that will give me 9, right? So the denominator is 9, so 9 divided by 9, that will give me 1, right? That will give me 1. Okay, so right now we can just proceed with this calculation. Okay, we can proceed with this calculation, and true enough, we will get again 23. All right, so what have I done over here? I have shown that this expression over here and this expression over here are equal to each other when you substitute these two values in. I have already proved to you based on this calculation over here. Okay,